What up, B Squad? It is me, JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new review for the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 8, Episode 16, you guys. We have 2 more episodes left, followed by the reunion. Thank God this season is almost over, you guys. Potomac is like on a thin line with me right about now. Very, very thin line. I don't think I'm gonna drop it, but it's teetering towards heading that direction, you guys. It really is. And the crazy thing is, in the beginning, season 1 didn't care for Potomac all that much, but then season 2 through 4 loved Potomac. Then season 5 came, then we got season 6, and it's just gone downhill since. But neither here nor there, you guys didn't come here for me to talk about that. This episode is titled Boiling Point. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, Love and Marriage DC, you guys. This week it's a no for me this week. This past week's episode was a snooze fest. I was not entertained. I was bored. I was actually, what happened is social media, everybody kept talking about it. Was still on my timeline yesterday. People were arguing about the show, and I was just like, oh my God, this show is not that good. But hey, this before we go into this review, if I didn't do it already, I'm doing it for a second time. Stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and also by turning on your post notifications, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into Real Housewives of Potomac. Shop. Now, honestly, I was thinking Potomac was going to be preempted because the Oscars were on last night, but they said, nope, we're going to air it anyway. I was like, oh, okay, great. This episode, they could have kept this episode, to be quite honest with you, especially with the ending of the episode. I was like, oh my God. I know we didn't end the episode like this, but okay. We start up with Candace. So we see Candace. So she and Wendy, they are down at Kiarna's med spa. And I was like, wow, y'all passed up on Kiarna for Ineka. Also, on top of that, this girl has her own legitimate business. Can certain housewives on this franchise say that? What other things do they have going for themselves outside of this show, i.e. Ashley? Ashley ain't got shit going for herself besides this clothing line that will eventually go defunct with Zelle. Then you got, we'll just leave it at Rob. We'll just leave it at Ashley. Because some of the other ones I can be like, they ain't really got much going on in their lives either that we want to see, but I'm not gonna get into anything about that. But damn, y'all really passed up Kiarna for Ineka. I'm gonna talk about her in a little bit, you guys. But let's see, what are we talking about? Candace and Wendy, they got waxed. Wendy got her arms waxed. Candace got her, I guess, did she get a landing strip or did she just go completely bald? I don't know. Whatever she did it. They talked about Wendy's show. Wendy is letting them know that she's not really getting any guests because if they are there in the area, then they're probably working for networks and they have a non-compete clause, and other people are out in LA, so it's just kind of hard for her to get people there, right? What else? They talked about what happened in Mexico and the fact that Zelle went to go check on Kiarna when she was, not feeling well. But Wendy and Candace were like, we definitely did check on you and we thought about you. Now, they keep playing that soundbite of Wendy saying that she didn't want to sleep with, share a room with Kiarna. They keep playing that because you never see Wendy's mouth say it. You just hear it you just hear it like they probably got it on her microphone or something, but neither here nor there. What else do we talk about? So Candace is talking about this situation. They're talking about this situation with Candace and Robin. We'll discuss that later in the episode. But Candace found out some information about Robin, and like I said, we'll definitely discuss it later in the review. We will pause here and we will move forward, you guys. All right, you guys, so next up, let's talk about Zelle real quick. Not nothing with Zelle in this episode, which is actually a good thing. And the stuff that we got with Giselle in this episode was good. Like, you know, whenever we say something good about Giselle in the episode, it's involving her daughters. And that's what it was. You guys know that, which she posted this on social media. Yeah, you guys know I wouldn't follow her if it was, I wouldn't follow her if you even asked me to. She wouldn't even get a accidental follow from me. But, you know, I did see, like, I think it was OMFG Reality or somebody that had posted when she took Grace to college, you know, drew Grace off to school. And that's really what this was. Her taking Grace to school. Like I've always said, with Giselle, the saving grace with her is her daughters. Like, outside of her kids, we don't see it. We even saw her tear up. I was like, wow. I don't think in the 8 years that I've been watching this show, I can't remember if I ever saw Giselle tear up. And one thing I will say about Giselle, right? Giselle showed up in the first few seasons, but I think after that whole Sherman shit happened, I think that's when she closed off, because she put her relationship on the show, and then y'all know what happened with her. Y'all know what happened with that. Karen and Monique, Monique, and I believe Sharice got involved with that. And that's interesting that she still, never mind. I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself, but I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself. And I'm gonna keep it to myself. Let's pause here and move forward, you guys. Next up, we have a scene with Robin. So Robin has Sharice over as well as Ashley. My God, this scene. Bravo, truly original. I want y'all to stop trying to make Sharice happen. There are a lot of people who don't like Sharice, right? Myself included. There are so many more people who don't like Sharice. The people who do like Sharice don't like Karen, because they talk shit about. I want a lot of y'all to realize, I think y'all care more about that Grand Dame title than Karen does. I think the only reason that Karen cares about that Grand Dame title, it's not necessarily the title that Karen cares about. It's the fact that that title was given to her by Giselle and Sharice them, right? They gave Karen that Grand Dame title, right? So Karen then La Dame, that is part of her La Dame. Like, Karen has built businesses around the Grand Dame. So when y'all try to take digs and slight at her, I don't think she necessarily cares about the Grand Dame title. I think she feels like y'all are coming against her brand, right? Because, like I said, La Dame. Come on, you guys. Y'all care more about that title than anybody else. And then y'all want to talk about, oh, Sharice is the real Grand Dame. Sharice might be the real Grand Dame. I'm not gonna sit there and take nothing away from Sharice. But what I will also say about Sharice in the same breath is Sharice is boring as fuck. Like, Sharice is stale. Sharice gives nothing. She's boring. But y'all want to go up for her because of Karen. Like, let's be real with each other. Let's keep it a buck. Y'all like Sharice because she fucks with Karen, and that whole Grand Dame thing, it's a made-up title. Once again, I'm gonna repeat it one more time for everybody to hear. Karen has built a brand around that title. So y'all can sit there and say Sharice is the real Grand Dame. Y'all can say that Nneka is the Grand Dame. But who built the brand around the shit? It is Karen Huger. What the fuck? Then the other thing I want to know is, why are y'all so concerned about her working out with Vernon? Like, that ain't got nothing to do with Robin. That ain't got nothing to do with Sharice. Why y'all so concerned about who that woman is working out with? Like, it's giving obsessed at this point. Then Sharice talking about she's having a crab boil. And if you guys remember season 1, when they tried to have that crab boil and she put Giselle and Cal out of the house, right? So she lets Ashley and Robin know that she's going to be inviting everybody. So that means Candace, Wendy, Giselle, Karen. She says, you know, I don't have a problem with Karen. Karen has a problem with me. I will give her that. I absolutely will give her that. Karen does have an issue with you. Karen don't like you. Karen said it, that she don't fuck with that woman because I don't fuck with that woman. And I don't have a problem with that. Some people may. I don't. That's that. Pausing here and moving forward. You guys, people, because I saw it last week on Twitter where people were coming at Scotty about what he said about Ineka, but he wasn't lying about it. Like, she's not likable. She's not a likable person. She really, truly isn't. And even I said it this week and last week, Ineka is a pick-me. Like, this woman is such a fucking pick-me. I'm gonna talk about it in just a minute. The interesting thing that I noticed in this episode was there was no scenes with her besides this one little scene where she was getting that makeup done, and my God, girl, whoever does your makeup, fire them, because they do you a disservice with your makeup, because your makeup is chalky. Your makeup, your foundation it never matches your skin complexion. Like, it does not match your skin at all, right? But she's talking about IUI with her husband. I was like, God, dog. They gave us a throwaway scene, basically, because this was a flashback scene where she and Mia went to the doctor where they were counting her follicles. I was like, God damn. What did you get these people? How did she get a champagne flute? Come on, did y'all really say let's give this woman a flute because of her beef with Wendy? Because it ain't carrying. Because I can't tell you much about Ineka besides the fact that her wig is terrible and her makeup is even worse. We'll pause here and move forward, you guys. Next up, you guys, let's talk about Karen. Now, you guys know how I feel about Karen. You guys know I rock with Karen. You guys know I go up for Karen. You guys know I love Karen, right? I'm not a stan of Karen, but I like Karen, right? Karen is funny. Karen is also a liar. Let's just call up, keep it real with each other. Karen lies because Sharice invited Karen to the crab boil. I'm cool with the fact that Karen doesn't want to go to the crab boil, but Karen, for you to sit there and say that Ray is allergic to the crabs, girl, stop. A lie don't care who tell it. Please ixnay that lie. Please, let's not tell that lie ever again, right? Then on top of that, she's talking to Giselle. She has Giselle over, right? So they're talking about, Grace going off to college. And I like the fact that Karen was there to be supportive of Giselle. It is, Now, me personally, Giselle Satan's crafty minion would have never darkened my doorstep. Giselle would never be invited to my house. Yeah, that's what it is. It is what it is, you guys. It ain't much with that scene. This episode, they really could have kept this episode, to be quite honest with you, because it didn't give a whole hell of a lot of nothing. We'll pause here and we'll wrap up this episode, shall we? All right, you guys, now we get to the crab boil at Sharice's house. I was like, oh, God. So I got to look at a whole scene with Sharice. My God. Sharice. For y'all don't want to say that she's the grand dame, the real grand dame, why can't the real grand dame get a good grand dame wig? Because her wig in her interview is terrible. Her wig in this scene is terrible. One thing we can say about Karen is Karen may not have the best wigs in her scenes, but in that interview, when she goes and do her interviews and stuff with the producers, minus that curly wig that she got this season, I don't know what that is. She should burn that, but any other wig that Karen wears, laid to perfection. But Sharice's wigs are never laid to perfection. Never. Did she get any money in her divorce settlement with her husband? Because, my God today, right? And it took me a minute to realize that was her son, Jackson, that was escorting. I was like, is he going to escort every woman in? Me and somebody on Twitter, because I was like, oh, that's Sharice's son. I didn't catch that was her son until Ashley and Mia was like saying something about his mom. I was like, oh, that's her son. Me and this person on Twitter were like, we thought that was her gay assistant. I was like, I really thought that was a gay assistant, but that was her son. I don't remember ever seeing her son in the early seasons. No, when she was on the show the first time, I don't think we ever saw her son. Because her son he's 25 years old and they've been on for 8 years. So I don't think we ever I think we only saw her daughter, Skylar. I remember her daughter. I knew she had a son, but I just don't think, did we ever see her son? You guys let me know. I don't remember ever seeing Sharice's son. Don't remember it. But I was like, is he going to escort every woman in the house? And it looked like he did, right? Now, Robin, when Candace got there, ma'am, you did the most for no reason. I don't think Candace wanted to speak to you. I don't think Candace was looking your way because you was going to go down the stairs and then you turned around and went the other direction, girl. It is what it is. Everyone showed up to this crab boil with the exception of Karen, right? Pick me, thirsty ass Ineka. I'm so, you know what? I may not like Sharice like that, but I am so glad that when Ineka brought her pick me, thirsty ass in there with that sash on and that damn crown on. She said, "Is this from Party City?" I was like, "Thank you." Somebody said it is just from Party City because my God, the moment fell flat. I think you were doing it to get a rise and a dig out of Karen, but it fell flat, mama. Just like your makeup. Please let this be her last season. So I guess that the crabs weren't up to everybody's liking because they kept talking about how the crabs were not that good. Jacqueline and Mia, they were both there. We did see Jacqueline and Mia talk. You know, what I also will say about this situation with Jacqueline and Mia, I think this was I think that this situation, this scene right here was a real scene because it just, you can tell when, like, we know we know Mia's a liar, right? Like Pinocchio. Pinocchio, we know her nose will grow when she lies, right? Or better yet, her feet will grow. Jokes, you guys. But I think that this was a real scene. I think this was a real scene because Mia, I guess, knows now that she does take things out on Jacqueline because of what happened to her. She thought that Jacqueline was basically trying to pretend like it never happened, and Jacqueline was like, "I didn't do that." Jacqueline said she didn't know about the situation until 2 years after it happened. I was like, wow, so wow, that's interesting. Interesting. I think that they're gonna, I don't know. Now, when it comes to their friendship, I do think that their friendship is weird as fuck. Like, after last season, I didn't know what to believe with their friendship. But this right here, I do believe this. This is something that I actually can say that I do believe. They also talked about the fact of Jacqueline saying last season that Mia needed more dick, and Jacqueline was like, she was just joking, and that was it. Then we sit at the table, all the ladies are sitting, and Sharice decided to bring up the situation between Robin and Candace. Now, if you listen to her interview, she is strictly on Robin's side. And I'm going to point out a little bit of hypocrisy with Robin, right? Remember earlier when Candace, and I told you guys that Candace found out something about Robin? Well, Candace found out that Robin had given a blogger their personal text messages, right? And Candace felt the way about it. She called Robin a hypocrite. And I think you guys, it is a little hypocritical because wasn't it Robin this season who was talking about they shouldn't go to social media about things? But you went to a blogger and gave your personal text messages to that person between you and Candace, right? And at the same time, yes, I know people gonna be like, but Candace went on House of Aaron and said they were filming season 8 at the time. So I think that they had already pretty much fallen out because of the tweets that Candace had done after the reunion. So I believe that's I think that's what House of Aaron was. I think they were already in the process of filming this current season, right? What else I want to say? Also, Robin is a big ass hypocrite because Robin had a whole ass issue when Monique's brother Instagram page, that fan page for her, when he used Robin as a meme when Robin was fanning herself at the reunion. So, I mean, and like I said, now I know that this is going to be after the fact, but Robin says she didn't speak on Candace, but y'all definitely spoke on her after that woman came out saying that she had an affair with Chris and got pregnant by Chris, and you and your co-partner, your co-host, y'all both were saying that y'all believed it without any factual, but that girl never put out any facts. And then when she did get on live with somebody, the bitch was drunk. She was either drunk or high. So, yeah, Robin is a little bit of a hypocrite. But am I upset about it? No, I'm really ready to put that to rest and just move on. Robin and Candace are not going to be friends. Can they be in the same room and they be cordial with each other? Probably. That's my problem with Potomac. They don't move forward with nothing. they stew on shit, and it's just like, my God, that does not make for a good or interesting season if you guys continuously can't move past an issue. Like, you don't have to be friends with each other, but my guys, you guys don't always have to be arguing about the same shit season after season. Cause look at Robin and not Robin, but yeah, Robin and Wendy, Wendy and Giselle, like Giselle and Candace, like y'all can't move forward. And it's just, I think that's what the issue is with Potomac currently, is that the ladies don't know how to move forward. You know, we can agree to disagree. We ain't got to be cool, but for the sake of the group, you know, when we're around each other, we can talk to each other. We can be cordial with each other. I don't like you, you don't like me, but we can be cordial. What is wrong with that? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. You guys subscribe to the channel. I don't know. I repeated myself. I know I did. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Yes, you guys, I did realize I did skip Sharice banging on the table. And I was like, girl, what are you doing in your own home? You banging on your tables in your house. If she likes it, I love it. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye, guys. So Married to Medicine, you guys, that'll be tomorrow, which is going to be Tuesday. And also tomorrow, I'm going to squeeze in some time to go live to discuss Love is Blind. I got to get caught up on it, you guys. But I'll catch you guys in the next one.